Good evening. It is Tuesday night. The Colts win again. It's kind of getting boring, huh? Nah, I'm just kidding. 7-1. Can you believe that? Sure you can. The horse is back. But anyway, we got to come out here and talk our stuff tonight. I guess we'll do a mid-season breakdown of the team. How are we feeling about it all? We'll do a report card, if you will, grade some positions and talk about everything. So much to do, so much to talk about. Let's have a good night. Sammy, start me up, please.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
It is going to be sick. But before it is, let's get a word from our sponsor, Chris, if you will.
Yes, sir. Game on. Week 9 starts now. And every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first down, touchdown fireworks, anytime touchdown rushes, Jonathan Taylor, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 6sports. That's code 6sports, SICKSPORTS. All caps, no spaces, to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
And now, that is the official sound of the anvil. We are live. Welcome everyone who is tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, all the things. Hit the bell on YouTube. Keep it going. How you doing tonight, fellas?
Good. Feeling pretty damn good.
Oh, okay, awesome. That is great. I mean, being 7-1, how else would you feel when, I mean, you're the talk of the town, if you will. We're the toast of every party, except for the ones that people, I don't know, get paid to, I guess, slander us and say how good we're not, Nick Wrights of the world and stuff like that. But that's neither here or there. We already talked about those people.
Man, ain't nobody listening to that hair plug ass son of a gun.
Okay, and we're going to start right out.
Gonzo looking at it, boy.
Okay.
Like,
okay, there we go. Firing away at Fox Sports.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking, looking at? Like, come on. We know.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, we firing.
I see. Guns are blazing. Finally, I'm going to use these.
No, that dude's just a flat idiot.
Okay, well, I'm going to use these.
Anybody listen to him?
Because this week, apparently, I'm using these still. We're going to play a team. Apparently.
What the hell are you doing?
Air quotes, because we haven't played anybody. So I'm using.
Like you're scratching an invisible cat.
Okay, you know what?
Bruh.
You have been unbearable since.
Air quotes are up. You're down here like this. Here, kitty.
You have been unbearable since the pre-show. I don't know if it's because you're feeling yourself, because your little mustache is growing in. You no longer look like whatever you looked like 2 weeks ago. And I mean, I get it. And you're drinking out of your.
You said
your
no more Fu Manchu.
I guess I see. I don't know, man. It's all good. We're welcome to the Beard Club. You look like a person again. We appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Anywho, sticking with what we're going to talk about tonight. So, we're going to break down the entirety of the team, if you will, give our grades for the mid-season report, and we're going to have some fun with that, because I'm sure, even though things are great, we're going to find some way to nitpick. I'm looking at a guy. He looks like he's ready to do it. Yep, there it is. See the eyes? Look at that sicko mode over there. But anyway,
Rub my hands like Birdman. Get your shine on.
He can't wait. And it should be good. Now, listen, remind you, it was him, this one, that guy right there that said Daniel Jones, and that is still viral. His take on Daniel Jones, and people are still commenting on that. It's pretty awesome. Hey there, turkey. See, here's the deal.
Yeah, that's super funny.
I need you not to take what Teresa said a couple weeks ago and run with that. That's not what we're going to do. How the hell did Pittman catch that ball? You know what?
He's a boss.
First off, he's been doing things like that. He does stuff like that. Oh, look at this guy. Drop step of Poppy. It's the burnt. What did he say? Bring that back up.
Hey, our good brother, the University of Florida fan.
I thought he was Florida State fan.
No, University of Florida.
Wait a minute. Am I the jive turkey?
No,
Clyde is jive turkey.
Drop step, you don't leave me out. We will not have that here.
What? Okay.
If you're going to bash one of us, you're going to bash all of us.
There go my dog Flex. Best pod out. What's up? That's my dog, man. Flex was the guy that sat next to you at the Raider game. If you don't know.
What up, Bubba?
Yeah, what up, Bubba? That's a wild. You gotta excuse him, Flex. He's older than most. To include me, because they call me the old guy. But
well, you're a raw turkey.
Because you take 3 naps a day.
I was going through my message I had with my nephew. Well, I had commented AR was hurt and crying about Danny Dimes being our quarterback. So I guess I should be eating crow too. You should, Teresa. You should. A lot of people had to eat crow. I am one of them. It's just about how much crow you had to actually eat based on what you said. Because, see, I never said that I don't think that this team could be, prosperous. I said, and I quote, that this would be the best squad either he or AR would ever had. So they should be able to manage quite well. And I just thought there was going to be more productivity with Anthony because he is the more electrifying player. But, boy, was I wrong. And I'll take that. I will take that. I mean, you just got to live with it. It is what it is. It's nothing else that you can do about it. And so for that, we move forward. And now we're 7-1. And so let's break the squad down. Let's talk about the team.
This is the absolute tastiest crow I have ever ate in my life.
Tastiest crow is a wild thought.
And I am happy to continue eating it.
Okay. And then you made it that much more weird. Okay. Eat your crow, boy. Eat your crow. Okay. All right, man. Here it is, CJ. I guess we'll kick this off with you. You wanted to take QB because you were the one that had the hot take on said QB, and you wanted to take what other room?
Running back.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go progressively. You got wide receiver, tight end, and then we're gonna go over to the defense as well.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a chance to gloat about the tight end that you were raring for.
That was easy. That didn't even nothing to gloat about. I mean, whatever. But no, okay, cool, fine. Kick it open. Quarterbacks and go, sir. Grade them.
Quarterback grade A+.
A+.
And now I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it because I said we've heard it early on when I said he showed me capability. I just have to see consistency to be sold and to be bought into it. We are now 8 weeks into the season, and I can honestly say Daniel Jones of the Colts is not the Daniel Jones that we've seen in those 5 years prior. That to me has been laid to rest because he consistently, no matter what defense you put in front of him, no matter what he's done, no matter who's out, he's been without Alec Pierce. He's been without Josh Downs. I mean, honestly, his consistency is literally there no matter who's there. So, I mean, honestly, I'm once again, I will sit there and I will say Daniel Jones has 100% sold me. There's nothing else. He is it 100%.
All right, hold on real quick. Now you giving out grades, and that's cool. I'm going to give the QB room an A. No plus, no minus, an A. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because we don't have a backup. And I think that that's still going to matter at some point. So right now, A. Because until we get 5 back, I don't care what nobody feels about them. I don't care how you laugh and joke at them. you don't want 15 trotting out there just quite yet. And that's no knock on Riley. I just don't think he's ready. And last week, we had a scary moment. Now, Shane said that both Tyler and Daniel were fine. But more specifically, Daniel looked like he hit his head pretty hard. Did y'all catch that? Did everybody catch that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We ain't gonna just breeze on past that. So I'm saying I'm going to give it an A right now because I don't have any confidence in the backup. But continue there, sir.
All right. And then of course, if we're going running back, I mean, honestly, if the NFL was a college or even a high school, Jonathan Taylor at this point is a valedictorian.
Man, you stole the
Because
words out of my mind.
you're like, you can't prove to me that Jonathan Taylor right now isn't, and I know we're gonna say like MVP is a quarterback award, okay, whatever. But right now, Jonathan Taylor has 4 games with 3 touchdowns. This man is potentially looking at being a triple crown for the second time in his career. And that in and of itself is not just impressive, but at the fact that the last time that he did it was 5 years ago, and he's looking like he's in better shape now than he was when he won it the first time. Yes,
5 years
absolutely.
ago?
He's
Was it 5 years ago?
that was 4 years, 21, 4 years ago, 4 years ago. But like the fact that he looks the way that he does now, knowing that he's 26, and you know what they say about running backs, like running backs start to 26 with running backs, they try to say is like a 40, like 40 years old,
What
or
happened?
whatever it may be.
Oh, I've never
Yeah,
heard that.
like no, absolutely, because you know what they say, as running backs aging is not the same as like a wide receiver aging. Like 27, 28 running back is a different from 27, 28 with wide receivers, because running backs have that much more, I'm going to say, mileage on their bodies because of how much the tackling takes an effect and everything like that. And if we're being honest, like I said, Jonathan Taylor just showing the improvement in the skill set, the blocking that he's doing, the catching that he's doing, like him to be able to run not just in between the tackles, but run through tackles as well at this point is nothing short of impressive. Like, he continues this, like I said, he's going to be a triple crown again, which honestly, it's just like next game, he's breaking Edgerrin James' record, and that's for the Colts. So, like I said, right now, it's just like he's ahead of the class.
I'm surprised you didn't mention his usage in college with that statement, Chris, because that was all Wisconsin had when he was there.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, so he came to us with quite a bit of mileage on him already.
Oh yeah. And I want to, like I said, because I'm not trying to go too far into it, because I know we're trying to hit like the whole entire roster. The only reason why, and I will say this, the improvements that he made with blocking and catching, that makes it so that anytime that he's on the field, he's contributing to the offense, but it's just not solely so much about just him running anymore. Like, now he's somebody that you have to account for in the passing game too. And if you have to account for him in the passing game, that means that he's taking somebody out that would possibly be trailing Tyler Warren, and they're making sure they have to keep an eye on JT. But then if JT's just out there as a decoy, that means that somebody's about to get the ball, which means that somebody's about to potentially get 7, 8, even a first down. So,
well, so here's the deal too. When you think about Jonathan Taylor, like, he was always a 3-down back with limitations, and so you would see him kind of get, pulled in some 3rd down situations, dating back to Naheem, or, they were trying to get real creative with him sometimes, lead him in and then bring Naheem in and they do a wildcat. But it wasn't like, hey, we can, I won't say trust, but we're not going to put you in the passing game all that much. There were some times where he had a few drops and all that. So again, like, him understanding that there was room for improvement and then showing it in such a grand way, because the thing that Edgerrin James would always be remembered for was the way he blocked for Peyton and the way he could catch. And so when we talk about who's the best back that ever did it, plus you got to think about Marshall Faulk when he was here. So it was those kind of things that kind of maybe limited JT coming into this season. But if he continues this, I mean, shit, he's right on par with that, especially if he breaks the touchdown record. And he still got a little ways to go to catch the yardage record, because I think Edge has right beneath 10K with the Colts, $9 grand ish. I think he has like 9,000 and some change with the Colts.
Yeah.
So he's got a little ways to catch that. I think he's in the 6,000s right now, talking JT. So to say all that, he is definitely the best back in the league. Man, have we discussed that in too many different lanes of why and why not. But the answer is yes. And that's the only answer. So with that, I give that an A+ too. Pat, do you want to chime in on Mr. Grades for QB and halfback?
QB, absolutely. My biggest thing with Daniel Jones when they brought him over, I'm like, what did he do in New York to give you confidence he could be our guy? That was my biggest hill I stood on. I now have confidence in him. He absolutely gets an A+. Now, I like what you said, because when the fourth quarter came and they took him out and brought Riley in, he looked not scared, but unprepared.
Is bigger.
That's the best way I can describe his play. He wasn't comfortable, and to me, uncomfortability is being unprepared. So that's kind of how I wrap that up. But as far as JT, there's not a scale high enough to grade that dude.
Facts.
Yeah.
Man, I went back and I rewatched that game, and I'm like, the only thing I could really think of is this dude is sliding through tackles like a daggum greased pig.
Terrible. What? Get you a better analogy. Let me Omaha that. But keep going.
No, you can't Omaha that.
Grease.
You can't.
There's so many other ways you can go with this.
You cannot catch a greased pig. I'm sorry, you can't do it. It's impossible.
I don't have the data to refute that.
Just trust DEI on this one, okay? You ain't catching no daggum greased pig. But the way even when the O-line broke down and the pocket collapsed, he was still getting through it. Still getting 10, 15, 20 yards.
Well, he has an element to his game that is very unique. Like, I think the most patient back that I've ever seen was maybe Le'Veon Bell. But that's because he would almost be at a standstill. Like, Le'Veon Bell knew how to, like, literally not start running until he needed to. It's like what they tell you to do on Madden. Like, don't hit right trigger before you let the game do what it's going to do. That's how he ran. But JT is always in constant motion. If you watch his feet, it's his feet. His feet are incredible, because though his upper body might be in alignment, like, his feet is doing all this crazy shit down here. And it's like, okay, there's a little spot, there's a little spot, there's a little spot. Now I'm out the door. You know what I mean? That's how he scored that first touchdown. Yep. Like, everybody was like, oh, yeah, he's right here. We got him corralled. And then boom, 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 and then boom. Did the same thing against the Chargers a few weeks ago. So that's what makes him incredible. Like, his feet never stop. Like, never stop. And, like, I don't know, man, that's just a talent that, either you're born with it and then you learn how to, like, make it better, or you just ain't got it. You know what I mean? And that's what makes this guy so special. So A+, I think we all can go with that.
Plus.
And then everybody gave
all the pluses.
At least the A. All right. So we at least giving the QBs an A as a whole, and a lot of that A is Daniel Jones. Got it. Okay, cool. Now we move into the wide receiver realm, and I'm going to give the wide receiver room collectively a B+. I'm going to tell you why. It's no knock on any of the guys. It's no knock on any of the guys. But when you think about how they play and what they're doing, the B+ is only because there's so much more they could potentially do if asked. We still haven't had a 100-yard guy, and I don't even care about that. I don't even know if they care about that. I think the most catches is Pittman. He's in the 40s, right? And Josh Downs, he started off as the hot guy, and then he missed the games with the concussions. So he's in this, like, high 20s. Everybody's doing their job, with the exception of the gaffes that was week 3 and AD. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, collectively, there's so much more this squad can do. But I love it. I love not having that one guy. I absolutely love that, because we don't have a diva presence. That's key. Yeah. And we don't have a situation where defenses can just be like, okay, we stopped Pittman, we should be solid. and we're gonna depend on number 2 to do whatever. Nah, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5s. If that guy Ashton Doolin or AD is doing their thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's insane. That's kind of insane to have that many weapons in your wide receiver room and not use this loosely. Here go my little scratch fingers again, and not have the ideal number 1. And I don't care what nobody says. Michael Pittman is my number 1. And when it comes to who it is, and like, that dude is a dog. He doesn't have to go get me 1,500 yards and 95 catches, and he don't have to do that. What he needs to do is make the big catch when we call on you, big dog. Force people to have to respect you. And he's done that his whole career, if you really think about it. Every clutch catch, I think he's had his times where he's dropped, one here or there. But when we need a clutch moment, he did it twice to Baltimore in 2 different games. He did it in San Francisco. He beat the Titans in overtime. You just seen how he just mossed whatever that kid was this past week. Like, he had the diving catch that he had earlier, like 3 weeks ago, in the back of the end zone against the Raiders. Like, the dude just makes the monster catches when you need him. He's my number 1. You don't break this group up.
Even getting his helmet ripped off on the way down.
Facts. Yeah, like, man, I'm telling you,
that was that Baltimore game.
Yeah. The game in the rain with Carson Wentz being there, because I was at the Baltimore game, the second one. I wasn't at the first one. But the second Baltimore game, of course, remember the helmet coming off. But being in the rain game in San Francisco and seeing him with those elements, because it was torrential downpour the whole game. And he's going up, catching the ball, breaking a tackle, diving into the end zone, throwing the ball into the sky. Like, this dude's a monster, bro. You pay him. He's already paid, but people were talking early in the year, like, is he going to be a cap casualty? You know what I mean? Because if he's on the books for $28 million next year, you give that man his damn money. And then you talk about, hey, man, you want to run it back again on your third contract? What you trying to do? Because the dude, you don't break this shit up. You don't break it up for this little window that we got. And I'm giving it a 3 to 5 year span, because we're going to pay Daniel anywhere from 3 to 4 years. You keep this shit together as best you can and add the pieces to the recipe that you need to. You don't be like, oh, let's go back to the draft. I want to be drafting in the 26s and beyonds. And so, you can get a great player at 26 and beyond. But I'm not talking lottery. I'm not talking the middle area that we've been drafting for the last however many seasons. I'm done with that shit. So I don't even talk about the future. Like, that's the future. Keep winning. Keep being a fucking a contestant to the big show every game. Or every year, I'm sorry. So I give them a B+. I'll let y'all guys speak on that. What do y'all got for wide receivers?
I can't say anything more than what you did. B+, solid. Definitely room to improvement when AD gets off his grounding and out of timeout, back on the field. Hopefully he can come back and prove himself and get that B+ up to an A.
All right, what you got, Chris?
I'm honestly, I'm right there with you in terms of being at a B+, and I think it's only because of the fact that you have, like, we hear about the whole, like, the elite wide receivers, how we've heard some people in spaces say, oh yeah, well, I want to get an elite wide receiver 1. But honestly, I think the fact that even Michael Pittman, like, you view him as a wide receiver 1. I think I've said that he's a wide receiver 1 also, but this wide receiver room, to me, is probably one of the most dangerous in the league, because of the fact that there's no one guy that you have to focus on, and then there's a huge drop-off. I think you have everybody who is extremely talented at stuff that they do. Josh Downs is a route technician by all stretch of the imagination. Michael Pittman Jr. is a grinder, possession guy. He's going to go up and get the ball, and he's going to bring it down because that's what he does. AP is like your sneaky fast, arms going up. Like, he is albino Groot. That's who he is. Like, he just will go up and he will get the ball, and he will be able to he's going to get the ball and he's going to bring it down, and he's going to account for, 20 yards per reception, because that's what he does. And honestly, once AD finally, once they take the dunce cap off him and pull him out the corner, I have a feeling that he's going to make this wide receiver room even more dangerous once it all comes together. Like I said, he's having those hiccups. I know they're holding him accountable, but like I said, he's going to eventually come on and do what he needs to do. And Ashton Doolin, he's our Taysom Hill. They're just putting him wherever. This man was a defensive end 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it is what it is. But, like I said, I think I'll give him a B+ because I don't think that we've seen the best of what's to come with this room as of yet.
Facts. There's going to be a game where two of them get 100 yards. There's going to be a game when somebody has multiple TDs. And that's what I'm saying. There's so much room for improvement, but it's the way we play too. So it's about what's asked of them. You know what I mean? But I mean, shit. The reason why I said Michael Pittman is wide receiver one, bro, the last 3 weeks, like I think it's like 10 targets, 9 targets, 8 targets. Like that's what you do with your wide receiver one, unless you Joe Flacco and then you pass it to him fucking 20 times. I mean, I don't even know why I got T. Higgins on my fantasy roster because for what? He gets one opportunity and damn Chase gets 36. Anyway, that's just a whole other thing. So B+ across the board for the receivers. Okay. Now we go into the tight ends. And honestly, I'm gonna just call it what it is, bro. 2 of them block. 1 of them catches. I think Mo Alley might have a few catches. Does Tree have a catch? I don't think Ogletree has a catch.
He had a drop this last game.
Okay, well there you go, Ogletree. My dog. I mean, but man, they are extensions of the line. Mo Alley, Cox, and Ogletree block like crazy. And when Tyler Warren is tasked to block in like traditional normal sets where it's not run heavy, he's blocking his ass off too. And plus it's a Swiss Army knife, just like with our receivers. You know what I mean? Like if you ever seen a Swiss Army knife, there's a different tool each time. He's that tool all in one. Our receivers each have a certain job. There's a guy that does this, that, and the other. But when it comes to Tyler Warren, he's all of them, bro. What do you want him to do? You want him to go out and get you 4 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown? Cool. Do you want him to stay in and block all day and just push people around? Cool. You want him to line up his fullback, and run that shit in? Cool. You want him to potentially throw it? We might try that too. I mean, what do you want me to do?
I'm waiting for him to throw that ball.
That's what I'm saying. What do you want me to do, Coach? I get it done for you. So for our tight end room,
I can kick field goals too.
I'm giving them an A. I'm giving the tight ends an A because being an extension of that line and making that even more potent, which you're going to break down here in a minute, is a huge check, and it's selfless. It's a selfless act. And these guys, as pass catchers, they want to score. Tree has scored a touchdown before. Mo Alley has had his time when he has, caught passes and scored touchdowns. But they are playing selfless right now, understanding that Tyler is the guy. He's probably going to get all the tight end looks, if you will, when it's time to throw it to a tight end. But when y'all call our number, we out there, helmets strapped, and we ready to put somebody on their ass. So collectively, they're playing selfless, and they're playing great. And I'll give them an A. That's my group grade for those guys.
I can't add anything to that.
Yep.
Okay, good.
That's
covered the spread.
We've talked about it before, so there is no reason for us to even go down that road. Yes.
And I didn't even gloat about Tyler. So see, I am growing. I have grown since the draft.
Are you though?
See, and then see,
I meant no. I mean, I didn't even see. I didn't say it, but I didn't say anything about that. Right. I didn't say anything about that.
I'm staying very humble here because y'all know I used to get anyway. Pat, you're up. O-line, D-line.
All right, let's start with the O-line. I think if I believe correctly, I think they're ranked 5th in the NFL.
I
honestly, I think I saw something there. I think they were top 5. I think there was one where it was like there was one that I saw that they were ranked first. I don't know what that was based on, or that was probably just like somebody just ranked them just based on the unit as a whole. But I think consensus is top 5.
Ask Baldy because he loves them. They're ranked really good. But anyway,
well, they should be ranked very good because they're out there playing Moses. They are parting the seas for Jonathan Taylor.
I was like, what? Okay, I see what you did. I was like,
Stay with me. Stay with me, young man.
Right, I'm with you.
But yeah, they're not going to be perfect every single snap. That's just the way the game goes. Somebody's going to miss their timing on their footing. Somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to do that. But collectively, these guys are in sync. They're absolutely in sync with a new center, a new right guard. Those are two big pieces that have to gel for the trenches. And
position switch, put that in there because he's really a tackle. He played tackle in school, talking Gonzalez. So add that.
So I give them a solid A. Solid A. Definitely room to improve. Not a whole lot, but they can be better. Especially getting ready to go into this game next week or this week with that defense and TJ Watt. You better be ready. You better up your game. So we'll see if I give it after the Pittsburgh game. They might get a minus or they might get a plus. But right now, that unit is playing well. They're blocking. They're parting everything out for JT. Add the tight ends back in there helping out. Man, you just got to love this O-line. And again, I'm going to eat a little crow on them because at training camp, I just didn't think they looked that daggum good.
I was there with you.
I really didn't. I didn't think our O-line looked that good, and that worried me during training camp. But they're doing it. They're doing their thing.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny. To your point, and this is also to something that Chris always kind of has an issue with. Kwity Paye was whipping ass during training camp. I mean, when the days that me and Pat went, Kwity Paye was whipping ass.
I think you said
and
man once paid. That man once paid more than once.
And so
he was doing that damn well.
And this is what I'm saying, big dog. This is all I'm saying. You play as your competition plays. And so that line at that time, we were like, well, shit, are we evaluating this correctly? Because I thought they would be a little bit better than this. And this is no knock on Kwity, but he was whipping ass, bro. So I'll just leave that where it lay. Because I know you have plenty knocks on Kwity Paye. But anyhow. So you got him at an A. I'm gonna put the boys at an A too. I won't go depth on this one. Though we should always consider the depth. I won't go depth on this one. And here's why. I'm not saying that no one can't sustain a little injury here and there. But there's also an energy around that group that I feel like they're gonna hold somebody accountable. Their fucking foot's gonna be to the fire. So if that's Dalton Tucker or whoever the hell else might have to come in, trust me, Jalen and I actually like Jalen Travis. Jalen Travis, I think he's ready. He's ready. You know what I mean? He might have a bumper bruise here and there in a game or two, just like, we had to watch Bernie grow up, but he's ready. So I'm gonna still give that group an A because Quentin Nelson is not, excuse my language, he's not fucking around this year. Like he knows this is the best thing he's had, and he knows how vital he is to that. And I think he's holding them boys accountable. What's our O-line coach? Sperano? Is that his name?
Tony Sperano Jr. Yeah.
And we already know. We seen him at camp. That motherfucker never turns his energy down. So we already know what kind of energy he bringing. So yeah, I'm gonna give that group an A. They not messing around. Chris, what you got on them?
I'm giving an A plus. If we're being real, and the reason why is just not just because of the performance, but just because of how they were perceived versus what they're doing. This was an O-line where you lost Will Fries midseason, and then you lost Ryan Kelly during free agency, and you essentially had two guys who hadn't played, a half a season of snaps that were stepping in for these two guys. And, people had questions about them. There were people that questioned whether or not the O-line was actually going to be able to hold up. And at this point right now, dare I say, this O-line is probably the best that it's been in years. And that's even with factoring in Ryan Kelly and factoring in some of those other guys that we've had previously. And so for me, the fact that Bortolini, the fact that Gonsalves were able to step into this unit and not only did we not skip a beat, but as you said, Pat, they're opening up the Red Sea like Moses for Jonathan Taylor to run through holes that were just absolutely ridiculous when you see them. Not Photoshop, not edited. Literally from hash mark to hash mark, you see that that's how much space Jonathan Taylor had to run to go for a touchdown. Like that's what I mean when I say that this O-line is performing at a level that we weren't expecting, that is far exceeding anything that we could have ever imagined. So I give them an A+ just based on that alone. I'm not even going to go with depth because I think anything that we give them is based on what we see here. And I mean, especially for Gonsalves, because we had Dalton Tucker for one game and we said, listen, I don't know what's going on with Gonsalves, but shit, I'm willing. You can take a muscle from me and give it to him if that means he'll be back next week, because I don't want to see another week of Dalton Tucker. Like there was no way.
All of that shit. I don't know.
That's a true fan right there. Giving up some body parts to help the team.
Yeah. What was it? What was it, like a hamstring? Take my hamstring. I don't need it. Like
use you as a live cadaver. Here you go. Take
exactly.
We'll figure it out.
One point I forgot to mention is look how many times they're calling Q to pull.
Yeah.
They are pulling him left and right.
Fact.
And that is phenomenal.
Because that's what he loves to do.
Yes.
He's a mauler. Like he's a mauler by every definition of the word. And the fact that you see Jonathan Taylor out there doing what he's doing, and he's able to run out and he's able to pull and block and do all that, that's what he's been looking to do all these years. Then the last time that we saw him doing things like that once again was at the beginning of Jonathan Taylor's career more so. Now we see him doing it now. We're just like, why weren't you doing this all along? Just be like, well, they weren't calling it. Well, it's just like, well, now call it every game. Because we see I love that.
I absolutely do too.
I think that you had to consider what was going on during that time. Like Quentin had to be, Quentin had his little bumps and bruises with his injuries that he had over the last couple of years.
With his back,
the line as a whole, like we had protection issues, probably because we didn't have, like, our offense wasn't as vital as it is now. You know what I mean? Or not vital. It wasn't as I can't even think of the word, but it wasn't as good as it is now. So we had to really kind of just lock in on real basic shit. As we said before, the playbook was not open. Playbook is wide open now. You know what I mean? And I think that there's parts that are earmarked and we ain't even got to those yet. Like there's a chapter over here that we probably ain't even seen yet. So that's what's incredible about this team. And so Q is just in a different space, and he is an older guy too. I think he's 27-ish now, maybe 28-ish.
No, he's like 29, 30.
Q 29? Damn.
Yeah.
That's right. He did what, 3 years at Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years. Okay, yeah. So add 6 to that. Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah, and we also we got to remember he was drafted in 2018. So
2018. Add 7 to that. Yeah, he's 30. Sheesh.
But still, he's pulling. He's all these times they're pulling him. He's not wearing out. JT makes a long run. He's the first one down there to congratulate him. You know, this dude is not acting like a 29, 30-year-old lineman.
He's feeling good.
Yeah,
he is.
He's a big. He's a strong, big kid.
Yeah, and he's just out there having fun, and you can see it. And this is the best part of what we're witnessing right now. Is not only is it fun for us, you can see how much fun these guys are having on the field.
The team.
That is a dangerous combination.
They're trying to.
I don't care who you are.
Like you do JT's dance is hilarious. That shit's funny as shit. But it's just serious, man. Like you're dead on, bro. Like this is the best energy this team has had in any of their careers to this point. And I feel like you just got to take this all the way to where it's gonna fucking go. And that's why I said you keep all these pieces together.
Just keep feeding it. Don't stop.
There you go.
Don't rest. Don't.
Yep. Okay. So defensive line. What you got?
Defensive line. We're going to beat them up just a little bit.
There we go. We got to get real around it.
And not too bad, but they're averaging, I believe, 4.5 yards per carry
against us.
Yeah, the opposing team. And that only means that their O-line's getting on us and pushing
We're
us
pretty
back.
solid in the run, are we not?
This is in the run.
I know that's what I'm saying. But I thought we were ranked decently in the run.
4.5 yards in the run game, to me, is not good. Not for the talent that we have on that front four.
Okay, what's the outcome of that though? Is it 4.5 yards and they only get 50 yards a game? Because they read it fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is there any context to it? Maybe not. I don't know.
No, this is going solely by what the other team can run on us.
Okay. All right. Cool. Go ahead.
They're averaging 4.4 yards per carry.
Okay.
This ain't a stat for the entire game. This is just running backs and yards per play.
Okay.
Okay. So myself, I want to see that get in the threes.
So it's saying right now we're 8th, and we allow about 93 yards a game rushing.
See, I saw 17th overall.
Maybe this is older, but okay, go ahead, keep on.
But you get the yards per carry down, in the 3s, 3.5s. I'm a lot better there. Everybody I see online and who I talk to, oh man, we need the pass rusher. We need the pass rusher. I don't know if I'm there yet. I like our pass rushers. We got to see JTT this last week. He looked good. He looked damn good. These guys are getting to those quarterbacks. Okay. Now, are they getting the sacks? No, but they're getting the pressures. They're disrupting the timing, and that's what your pass rush is supposed to be. It's not always about pass or sacks. Your pass rush is primarily to disrupt that quarterback's timing.
Yeah, because I think we're right on the sack average for the league, which is like almost 3 a game. We're getting about that.
Again, I'll have to look that one up. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but I
was trying to see.
Add a pass rusher now with what they have been doing, to me, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you're going to try to add somebody else, I know some other spots where we could add somebody that's going to be more advantageous for us.
Okay, so what's your grade?
B-.
B-.
B-. Get that yards per carry down, and I'll be a lot happier.
Okay, Chris, where you at?
I gotta say C+.
Ooh,
and
here we go.
I say C+ because I see like where it is, right? Like I see like what we're doing. Like the numbers dictate that the D-line is actually doing well, right? But the problem that I have is that we are seeing in these game situations that the D-line has times where they have guys who are kind of scheming them. And all it takes is just that one guy who has a favorable one-on-one matchup to get there. And I think more often than not, that's not happening. And I don't want to crap on him too much. But like I said, and with Clyde, we've all been in space, so we talked about him. But I think Kwity, to me, like I expect more from him. And I feel like there's times where it's just like when he's able to get those situations that are favorable for him, when they're trying to scheme Latu out, when they're trying to double team Buckner away, when they're trying to make sure that they give their guys as much time as possible. I do feel like Kwity is not taking advantage of the things that he has right in front of him.
Not taking advantage of his gifts, huh?
Yeah, not taking advantage of the gifts that they're giving him. It's just like, hey, here is this $100 bill. All you have to do is just reach out. And it's kind of like alligator arming it and just saying like the $100 bill is here and then the alligator arm ends like right here, and it's just like, oh, I can't get there. Just be like, sir, you're literally right there. Like that's where we're at when it comes down with me for Quiddy. And like we've talked about, you know, wanting somebody else on D line at times, and I feel like for me, once again, the numbers dictate that the D line is playing at a high enough level right now. But for me, I want better because I want to be able to make sure that quarterbacks don't have time. And once those cornerbacks get healthy, if they do have time, that they're going to be throwing into some nonsense that they can't get themselves out of. So for
Okay.
me, I just expect more from this line as is. So that's why I'm at a C plus right now with them.
I'm gonna give him a solid B because I don't feel that I don't feel like we have completely figured out usage and how we're going to present certain packages. I don't know if we got things defined like what is the true NASCAR package and when do you have JTT in there versus, you know, not having him in there, seeing how, you know, a lot of people say, well, he's a second rounder, you know, we should have seen him a lot more than what we have seen him thus far, blah blah blah. You know, the up and coming, you know, I guess ascending of Atabare. I want to see him more. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what does that really look like?
He's been playing his ass off.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, like, but
oh.
we haven't defined that in a way where it's like, okay, we can count on him for X amount of snaps or whatever. I like Neville in there and what he's doing. You know what I mean? So there's a to me right now, the D line is just kind of like we know who starts and we
Yeah.
have that defined. But what more can you do with these guys, especially if you don't bring in a notable big name during a trade? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them a B, and I'm gonna leave it there. And we still got to talk about the backers and the cornerbacks, so we'll kind of push through that. So let's just jump to linebackers, and we'll all just hit on this. I think linebacker by far is the weakest part of our team, even more than our cornerback room. And so for the backers, for the backers outside of Z, I'm gonna give Jermaine a little love. Hey man, I got the backers at a C minus, bro. And it's really just because they're a room that is extremely limited, and when they have the opportunity to be put in a situation to exploit, you will see it more often than not. Rams game, you saw it. I mean, you could call it what it want. I mean, he had a great coverage play in that Chargers game, but the Chargers game, you can see. And there's certain games that I do worry about, you know. So when we play the Falcons, how are we going to defend Bijan, right? When we play the Chiefs, if they're spying Pat Mahomes, what does that really mean when he starts to move around? Do they lose their whole sense of where they are on the field and he's getting all these open holes and stuff? So to me, they're the weakest part. I give them a C minus. And we really don't have, when it's depth, what is that? Outside of Z and Jermaine, good luck. No Carly's yet. We let Bocce go. Muma, I'm not a fan of. I mean, Sagoon, Alubi is a great special teamer. I don't know if I trust him when in the game, if you will, for snaps. I don't know. So yeah,
this last game proves your point to the T. The only thing the Titans could do against this was throw it to that tight end.
Well, Dyke or DK or whatever his name is.
Whose responsibility is tight ends? That linebacker group.
Unless you got a nickel like Kenny.
Well, and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be linebacker.
Yeah,
you know, and man, that dude was catching everything and getting some yards.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, what you got him at, Chris?
I'm giving linebackers a C with Z. And I think that's only because of the fact that we understood that there would be maybe some adjustments needed with this linebacker group because of the change in the system. This wasn't going to be a read and react. This was going to be a very active linebacking group that was going to be blitzing. They were going to be covering. They were going to be doing all the things that they weren't necessarily required to do frequently in the previous defensive system they were in. And I think for the most part, like there have been games where they've delivered. There's been games where they've been forgettable. And like I said, you brought Jermaine Pratt, and I think now, like this past week, you saw a little bit of the difference. But still, I think the linebacker group has to step up big time because of the fact that you're gonna like Travis Kelce. That's his bread and butter. He will literally go run his old man routes and sit in the middle of the field, and somebody has to be there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I want like that group right now is a C. Hopefully by the end of the season, that grade will be higher because we know that they will be doing better. I don't necessarily worry too much about Pat Mahomes because I know Jermaine Pratt has a lot of experience versus the Chiefs because of Lou's defense. So, I think that's another thing to look out for. But like I said, right now there's a lot to be desired from the room, but I still think that they're a C because they've been decent. They just have to get over that hump.
And now, last but certainly not least, the most probably talked about group, primarily because of the injuries that we have sustained beginning in preseason and training camp, leading all the way up to where we are now. That is the secondary. And the secondary for me, if I gave the backers a C minus, I'm giving the secondary, I give them a C. It's a little bit better. Because they have been, the depth players have been pushed enough to say, if we need you in a clutch spot, not necessarily do I trust you, you're going to go out there and shut it down, but I trust that you have played enough to be able to be serviceable. And that's saying a lot because, man, that group has just, boy, they've been all over the place. You know what I mean? We have no Ward right now. We have no Hilton right now. We have no Jalen Jones right now. We never got Wally. We've already retired Xavier
Howard.
Xavier Howard. I mean, the list goes on. Kenny was out for a while. Kenny's back now. Like, come on, man. So the only thing that's really been consistent back there are the safeties, which Nick Cross and Cam have been great. Now, a lot of people will complain that Nick is more of a box, doesn't cover well, this, that, and the other. And there's some truth to that. But I mean, he just had an interception, 2 weeks ago. So one-handed, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give them their credit when credit's due. This is not the best version of them, so I can't grade them holistically, but I'm going to give them a C now because they are definitely, they take most of the brunt of the blame. So they are C for me. I'll start with Chris. What you got on them? Because we got a few minutes before we got to get out of here.
Incomplete. And I say incomplete because
it's pretty
incomplete.
Solid.
Like, no, incomplete. Because if we're being honest, we have one game where we've seen this entire secondary play together fully healthy. Like we've only been able to see, this secondary being able to be at its full health for less than a quarter of the season thus far. And so for me, that's enough for me to say, I can't base too much on it yet. We had Xavier Howard out there for weeks. As soon as Xavier Howard retired, Kenny started having his issues with the Achilles, and then Ward's had 2 concussions this season, and so we have yet to see this. Oh, and not only that, Jalen Jones, he has been out since the second half of the first game, so we have yet to see everybody working together in the secondary. So I can't speak to what it is because we've asked CBs 5, 6, and 7 to come in and start at times when they shouldn't be starting. They should be there, come in, maybe be like a spot replacement in a game, but they have no business starting as CB 1 or 2 or otherwise. So I'm not grading the CB room yet because we haven't seen it yet. When we see Jalen Jones out there, when we see Ward out there, when we see Kenny out there, then I'll be able to have a little bit more to speak to. But right now, I can't give it a grade at the moment.
All right, Pat, you gotta be super quick. What you got?
I think that incomplete is BS. we've seen enough. With you always play who you got, regardless. I understand the grade's definitely going to go up when these guys get back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But currently, the only one quarterback that has torched us is Matthew Stafford.
Well, he had 389, and I would call that like actual game yards because like you look at the 420 that Herbert had, like that was kind of like garbage yards. But
Yeah, exactly. Herbert didn't
yards
torch
was-
us. He got yards, absolutely. But when we set those guys,
50
middle of the
something passes or whatever it was.
yeah. So the way these guys are playing and the pieces that are moving in and out of that backfield, I'm not that daggum upset about it. I'm giving these guys a solid C+. The safeties, Cross and Bynum,
Yeah.
A+. Absolutely A+ from our safety standpoint. But you go back and look at the games, man. Matthew Stafford that's the only game that we actually got torched from the QB.
And in the sense of like the game is
Yes,
actually
absolutely.
Not like, oh yeah, just go out there and throw it around.
Yeah,
okay.
we got third stringers out there and you're getting a ton of yards now. No, that don't work with me.
All right. Well, Chris, you really have to be the Cialis man. So go.
Well, we're all good. Sponsored by Clyde's favorite medication. So with that being said, for one, please bring up the Twitter handles. All right, cool. Then don't. There we go. Okay, yes. You can find me at CJ Colts fan on Twitter. Where can they find you, fellas?
At Colts Clyde.
At Colts Crow Eater, and proud of it.
Shit's hilarious.
Cool. And then please bring up the podcast page, Twitter, on there as well. Yes, at SigPod Colts is where you can find the clips from this episode and past episodes. And you can also see exactly where you can stream them based on what you're using, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast app you use. And then also you can find the replay of this episode tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on z103.com. You can actually go to that website, or you can actually download the app by going to z103.com, or you can look for it in your app store where you can download it and listen to us once again. If there was things that you missed, if you came on late, make sure that you download that z103.com app, and also make sure that you download, you can also hear us on Mix 105 around I believe it's a little bit further in the day, whenever that may be. Noon as well for Mix 105. So actually, you can hear us on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, yep. And then you can also hear us on VIP1 Lounge Extra at 5 o'clock UK time when you're eating your beans and toast or whatever your food of choice is at that particular time. You can go ahead and listen to us while you eat and you feel appetized and all that good stuff. And then please bring up the Visit Indy QR code for me. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate you. So go to Visit Indy. When you scan that QR code, you'll actually be able to go to the Visit Indy website that keeps you updated on all the events happening in Indianapolis, restaurants, festivals, Halloween in some cases. If you don't already have plans, you'll be able to find some in the Visit Indy app. Just make sure that you go into that app. Once you use that, I believe you set up an account and you're able to see what's going on. It's not just good for Indy residents, but it's also good for those visiting. So if you're coming for a Colts game, make sure you're scanning that barcode so that you'll be able to go there and you'll be able to use that also. And for those who don't know or who haven't done it yet, please bring up Fitballer. Or don't. That's cool too. Like we don't.
Sammy is tearing you up.
I mean, geez, it's just like yeah. Just be like, hey, Sammy, if we go over, you clearly see it's not my fault. So, I mean, just want to make sure. Yes, there we go. Okay. Yes. So, listen, Fitballer. Fitballer is the company that is designed to go ahead and make sure that not only do they give you workout plans, they also give you workout plans related to football or wherever you may do. So if you're looking to lose that weight before we start packing on the pounds with Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners and all that good stuff, make sure that you go to Fitballer. When you scan that QR code, you not only receive information from Fitballer about their programs, but also you go on there, you fill out the Google form on there, and that will give you the opportunity to enter in for your contest to go and enter for a live, or I'm going to say for a Tyler Warren signed jersey. So this will be signed by Tyler Warren himself for the contest winner. So scan that QR code, make sure that you enter out or enter your information into that form, and make sure that you get put in for that contest. You don't want to miss it. And by the way, if you want to register as Chris Jackson, you're more than welcome to. I will not be mad if you do. So
Chris,
just want to make sure.
When does the contest end?
I believe they said that the contest ending is going to be November. I believe it's 14th. Please don't quote me on that. I will verify for Thursday.
You're running out of time.
Okay.
Don't tell me I'm running out of time. How long did it take you to tell me VIP One Lounge Extra was the name of the UK
you.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I was about to my bad.
Simmer down now. Simmer down.
I'm so glad we got like 3 days left in this month for his damn birthday. So
I'll tell you what.
All right, real quick.
Well, you know what? I was gonna wait, but guess what?
Quick.
I was gonna wait, but guess what? Didn't Jonathan Taylor? How many yards did he get?
Not even.
How many touchdowns did he get?
We'll talk about that Thursday. Yeah. Hold on. So Sean, Luis, Chris, Teresa, Drop Step, Rusty, Raheem. Oh my God, you Flex, Will, Huyan. Man, with so many people commented tonight. We already said those. Yeah,
Colton.
All you guys.
What's up, Colton?
Colton. I think I said Rusty.
Good to see Will back.
You said Rusty.
Beanie,
Yes.
Markel. Man, you guys are killing tonight. Nathan. We appreciate you all. To Teresa's point, yes, we are absolutely glad to do this podcast, and now all of you guys in this Colts community have become friends, and you chat with each other. We love it. Thank you guys. And last but not least, the Forge Tailgate. Big shouts. Making CBS and Monday Night Football. The tailgate is real. We're doing big things at the Forge. I'm trying to tell you, we're trying to be the best tailgate in the NFL. So when you're at a Colts game, please come out and support us and keep pushing this thing. It's going to be amazing on Monday Night Football. Yeah, Acosta was the guy. I can't believe
that. He is the tailgate master. Absolutely.
But we also go give credit, you know what I mean, to Lucha Blue and his crew, because those dudes are what the cameras see. We just happen to be there too. So we appreciate everybody because they all like dressed out in their garb and all that. So it's super crazy. But to see that as the show's coming on, and I'm sitting in Texas watching from home, I'm like, wait a minute, rewind that shit. Like my boy was like, yeah, that's y'all. I was like, you lying? And I was like, oh shit, that's us. Like I said it to everybody. So that was incredible, man. The Forge is doing big things. We appreciate everybody. Great show tonight. We'll see you Thursday night. We'll get to hear him gloat about his damn pick, his sick pick or whatever. I missed it again by a single touchdown, but I also take the real risk. Okay, I said 4 touchdowns. He had 3. But anyway, that's neither here or there.
I said 3 total.
Take us home, please. Or not, Sammy.
Or not.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.